There's no way on earth how you're supposed to do this. Uh, not die? I feel like that's a strong place to start. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and get some more water before I start though, so it'll be on the starting soon screen for a minute. Hey, Mahi. That's some good water. That's some good water. Yeah, hey everyone. I'm gonna be on the starting soon screen for a minute because I gotta go run and do some stuff real quick. Maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. So, yesterday, we killed the Bride of Cthulhu, Queen Bee, and Skeletron. And as of now, the only boss we have left is the Wall of Flesh. And I guess Deoclops too, technically, but we're not going to fight Deoclops. But there is a lot of stuff that I want to do in pre-hard mode before getting to the Wall of Flesh. Oh, thank you, I am great. Thought I tried being expert with dancepad, but hardcore. I mean, if I can beat it in expert, I can beat it in hardcore. Just don't die. Okay, I need to move this off the screen because it's obscuring the side a bit. Step 1 is probably going to be Looting the dungeon. I want a Muramasa and a Cobalt Shield. A Bewitching table and an Alchemy table would also be nice. But those ones are less important. Now, the concerning thing about the dungeon is being cursed from cursed skulls. My setup right now looks fine. I am going to take some Danger Sense potions, because Danger Sense potions are pretty helpful in the dungeon. They highlight cracked bricks, and also just show you where spikes and whatnot are. Which can help out quite a bit. We have our inventory space empty, because we sorted that out at the end of last stream. And make another Danger Sense potion. Where's my staff of regrowth? Must be in my piggy bank. Hey, IDK Faulty. I cannot tell what that emoji is. Is that... I can't tell what that is. I got closer and I still can't tell what that is. Is that a man looking at me through a crack in the wall? Oh, we don't have Shiverthorn. We don't have Shiverthorn. We can harvest Shiverthorn. Some staff of regrowth. I didn't get rid of it, did I? Must be in one of these chests. Okay, there. It must have quick stacked. That's probably what happened. I had an extra one in here and it quick stacked to nearby chests. Alright, Clothier's in. Mechanic should be another NPC we should look to get in the dungeon. Let me replant some deep Shiverthorn. We have a bit of blank root right now. Alright, quick stack these. Here. Is a boy not girl? Yes. Loving these streams, glad to catch one earlier. Yeah, welcome, Faye. Okay, like I said, Danger Sense potions. I passed Danger Sense potions there at the bottom. Alright, 3 should be enough. You in here. Close. Go over here. And the first 2 chests we come across should be the ones that have the Muramasa and Cobalt Shield, so... We know where the things that we want are. We just need to find the keys for them. I think it's quite unlikely that I'd return to the dungeon after this. Unless there was something that I missed and didn't pick up. should have taken like a... Well, I have Magiluminescence at least. I want to break all these pots though, because they might drop keys. It's edge time? Yep, as soon as we get a key forward. There's the mechanic. Alright, that there was the Muramasa. Rescue the mechanic. Okay. So this is a Muramasa in here. I can say that with certainty. Should clean up some of these spikes and hopefully get some angry bones to show up. Oh, that was an angry bones, not a mechanic. I thought that was a mechanic. Walking over here. I'm going to a house. Well, I think spawn rates... Do NPCs nearby affect spawn rates in the dungeon? I don't actually know. I would assume they would. Okay. That there is a cobalt shield. Got rid of my dynamite. These spikes do a non-negligible amount of damage, so I don't want to just eat them. I don't have explosives, do I? Oh, I have bombs now. Use those. Oh, that did well enough. I'll do the rest by hand. The mining those spikes was kind of in sync to the music. Okay. Oh. Where are the enemies at? Why can't I just sit down here in the dungeon with a water candle nearby and nothing is showing up? I'm going to go ahead and block swap to get rid of this spike. Did I get the chest info from the World Seeder's incredible intuition? Dungeon loot generates in a predetermined order. You can determine what chest has what loot by knowing the dungeon loot generation order. I went into more detail on it in the video where I described how to get into the dungeon pre-Skeletron by overriding the NPC limit. With like the Eye of Cthulhu or Queen Bee. So if you want more details on that, I would go watch that. But the first chest will be a Muramasa, the second chest will be a Cobalt Shield, the third chest will be an Aqua Scepter. I kind of forget the rest of them after that. The last chest is a handgun, and the second to last chest is a wooden chest that has a key. And then it loops back to a Muramasa. NPCs are totally changing the spawn rates. I don't think I have any houses for them is the problem. So we just have to go deeper. Vampire Fog, deal with him. Example number 37 of why I'm using Vampire Fogs and not Imps or Hornets. As an Imp or Hornet wouldn't do that. Okay. We'll need to open up the quivering chest, or the shaking chest. Otherwise it's going to keep showing up for the rest of the game. Hey, JJ Fun TV. Alright, there's an alchemy table. Vampire Fog is cute. It is, yeah. I like the Vampire Fog. It's also a really good minion, so there's that card for it. A bit awkward because, I'm gonna go to the right and try to despawn this spike ball. It's really not in the ideal place. I mean, this works fine too if they just want to keep coming from the right. There's a key. How long you spent learning niche mechanics and things to be as knowledgeable as you are about Terraria? I mean, I don't know how to answer that question, but I have about 4.8 thousand hours, 4.7 thousand hours in Terraria. It's been a while since I've checked. When you go with you, think the black and white suits me more. You still look good though. I mean, I haven't washed those clothes yet. I'm not gonna put them back on before I go wash them. Let's spam. How about no? There's a second key. Stop. You. Okay. One more key. And honestly, I want this thing dead. I'll free him so he stops showing up. Have you ever tried whip stacking? Yeah. It's effective. Fun fact, because the vampire fog is a projectile, it destroys, like all minions, it destroys cracked dungeon bricks. Because that's an inherent property of projectiles. That's... You know, but that about minions, Summoner is more... more and more appealing. I mean, it happens with all. Like, you can shoot them with a gun. I could die if one of the flying skulls hit me. It would be exceedingly unlikely to occur. Because it would need to both hit me, inflict me with curse, and then I would also need to be unable to move around and dodge it for long enough. And my vampire fog would also have to not kill it. Which is a lot of things to line up. And is pretty unlikely. I like it more over here. Fewer spikes. Spike bog on. Still there. I want the spike bog on. That's the main thing. Blazing Wheel Pest Terraria enemy. Yeah. Let me put down that Angry Bones banner. Vampire Fog, deal with them. Vampire Fog, you're not dealing with them. I'm planning on beating the Wall of Flesh, Night's Edge. Yeah. That should work fine. Vampire Fog, deal with them. Oh, there we go. me open up this chest. We have enough keys. I think this is an aqua scepter, right? That's the code. Something strange is going on. I think I know what's happening here. Okay. I think the room that I thought had the Mirror Master at the very top of the dungeon, that was not actually a direct path. I think that in world generation, it generated after. Come on. Stop it, Mr. Crisco. It generated after, this line here. So, I think that first chest is not the Mirror Master, and the second chest is actually the Mirror Master, because that was a bit off to the side. Because this chest here is definitely on the main generation path, but the one above it, it was actually a side room. So it's possible... Yeah, okay. In that case, what is that chest up there? Yeah, no, Skeletron just doesn't feel like fighting when you fight him with a lawnmower. So I would like a bewitching table. Did I put that platform there? I must have put that platform there. When did I put that platform there? Must have been on accident. Yeah, Vampire Frog, you wanna... Vampire Frog, you wanna get that one up there, though? The bewitching table glows. Hey, Lucky. I mostly want these coast skulls to go away before I make progress. I'm not too worried about angry bones, but coast skulls are kind of annoying. Mostly because coast is a really annoying debuff. Oh, this is a dead end. Huh. Okay. Vampire Fog, go. Vampire Fog. Should do a better job. It's annoying having to switch to my pickaxe. Be better at breaking cracked brick. There's the Nazar. Oh, is there one? Or did I pick one up? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I did. Yeah, that'll, give us a safety net. Swap in the Brain of Confusion for that. I don't want to swap Shark Tooth because that'll make the Vampire Fog quite a bit worse. As Angry Bones have a good amount of defense. So yeah, now there's very little risk. There's not no risk. There's a second Azar. Be cool for a Bewitching Table, though. I have Water Walking, so I'm not concerned about this. Okay. Vampire Fog, please do a better job. And yeah, Bewitching Table's all I want. Minions auto-targeted cracked bricks. Certainly make it a lot less annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually destroy these spikes. Would make the dungeon very hard for summoners. Oh, I guess that is true. They wouldn't attack the enemies. They would just, attack the bricks. No, don't jump up there. Go. Get out here. There you go. Okay, but like you're really close to actually getting it. Come on. Come on. Vampire Fog. It's fog, man. Oh, no luck with Bewitching Tables yet, huh? Favorite dev set? I don't know. I don't really wear the dev sets much. Yes, the Z family. Grox? That is true. Grox was very helpful with that one, challenge where I got his wings. Need to open up this water. Okay, another heart statue. Statues are pretty cool. Big fan. Okay, there's a Bewitching Table. Okay. Yeah, water's great. Love water. You're permanently 6x behind lives and you know how to fix? I don't know. It'd be really strong if you could team in WG. So I think next step is... I have a couple things I want to do. I should build more housing, because the mechanic needs a place to stay, as does the clothier. I'll need to build a wall of flesh arena. I need obsidian to make an obsidian shield, because right now I only have a cobalt shield. YouTube mobile is more delay than desktop. I also want to put down this alchemy table. Oh, and I want to craft the Knight's Edge. Let's craft the Knight's Edge first. There's the blade of grass. And where's the blood butcher? There it is. Okay, closest crimson is off to the right. Yeah, could you shimmer alchemy table into bewitching tables? I don't think so, but I'm not positive. I don't remember that being a shimmer recipe, but I can't say for certain that it isn't because I don't know every shimmer recipe off the top of my head. But I don't think that's something you can do. Yeah, the crimson should be over here. Lighting feels weird today. It's better. I also... So I could make a Plantera arena. And it would be a lot safer to do it now than do it later. I could also set up a place to farm Souls of Night now instead of later, because I will need a lot of Souls of Night. It is a shimmer recipe? Huh. Oh, and you had to use Feral Claws for auto swing? Not really, because I didn't really play melee or summoner much at the point when Feral Claws gave auto swing. Thankfully, Knight's Edge has full AoE, so I don't really even need to aim in the correct location. I can just aim anywhere. Okay, so my options... Housing. Let's make houses. Let's see. What biomes have I not made houses in yet? I don't have a desert pylon. I don't have a snow pylon. Let's make a snow pylon. I think right half of the snow biome. I'll probably want to put sunflowers... I believe the cornucopia was a healing item, not a food item. It was like a reusable potion. My boy? Yes. Yeah, snow biome. Yeah, a reusable 120 healing buff. Obviously, you had potion sickness, but I believe I just answered that, Kenny. And which button do you insta-heal? This one here is quick heal. Unless you mean in the base game. I don't know what the base game keybind is. I have it bound to E myself, because I like that keybind. H? H is such an ugly heal. An ugly bind for quick heal. I use Q for grapple, E for quick heal, C for quick buff, X for... Actually, I don't think I have anything on X. Z for quick mana, and Tab for mount. Just to have... dancepad? Yeah, this one here. It's also the button to use potion buffs. Oh, thank you, Z. It can be a little bit inconvenient sometimes, because if I have any potions on me, I will use them. Oh, right, obsidian. For an obsidian skull to make an obsidian shield. But first, housing. Thank you, Orsenix. We have the Knight's Edge now. Any mouse keybinds apart from click? No. I have buttons on my mouse, but I learned my Terraria keybinds before getting a mouse that had... I learned my Terraria keybinds on a laptop with a trackpad. So I don't have mouse keybinds just because I'm used to having it all on the keyboard. Use F for grapple, Q and E for adrenaline and rage. Oh, in Calamity, I had bound my extra mouse buttons to rage and adrenaline. Why have rage and adrenaline on different keybinds, though? Like, well, what situation would you want to use one but not the other? If you have them both. Can you just bind them with the same thing? No, I don't have anything on the scroll wheel, aside from scroll. It would be a bit inconvenient if it started raining, right before midnight, because that would spawn Deerclops. But... oh, thank you, Orsenix. Alright, I'll build the house here. It's fairly safe. Having funnel adrenaline gives you damage resistance, so you might want to keep that sometimes. Yeah, but you lose adrenaline. Oh wait, having it full but not using it gives you damage resistance? Is that what you're saying? That's interesting. But it would only last one hit, right? You just get damage resistance for one hit, because then you'd lose it. Go away. Okay, yeah, I could see that potentially if you're fighting a boss that has very strong, like, one-shot potential, or, like, very high damage attacks, and you're more concerned with staying alive than dealing damage, potentially holding off. Why you're clothed like a girl's clothes? Because I look good in them? The masculine urge to be as feminine as possible. Okay. Get the ceiling here. Where do you get them? I mean, I'll be honest, I think I just bought these particular clothes that I'm wearing now just on Amazon somewhere. I don't remember the seller. A couple of the, but not all of the clothes that I have, like the maid dress that I was wearing the other day. I'm not non-binary or snakes. That was from a site called Xdress, as were the, like, fishnets that I was wearing. Are you just thin body like that? Genetics. Boss I'm gonna kill now? Wall of Flesh would be next. Genetics, and keep in mind I am also, like, working out for 5 hours a day on a dance pad, which certainly helps out. Okay. Me with keyboard and mouse can't play, but I'm so pro. Oh, thank you, It's Dragon. I mean, like I said, I have a lot of experience on a dance pad. I just haven't done anything recently, because, I was doing a lot of dance pad stuff last year, but then I broke my toe in, like February or something. So there were a few months where I couldn't, and I just kind of fell out of it. And then I finished Rainworld on a dance pad and just hadn't done anything else since then. Well, playing that was after the hot tub stream. Well, after I'd wrecked my toe, I just, like, walked into a bed. I don't know. Like, good to dance? Well, use a dance pad isn't really dancing, especially not something like this. Yeah, like I said, I have a lot of experience with dance pads from when I beat, Terraria for the first time, Hollow Knight, Elden Ring, Stardew Valley, Rainworld, and then also when I beat, how far did I get in Celeste? I think I got to, like, World 5 or World 6, then I just kind of stopped wanting to do it because the streams kept getting copyright claimed, I'm gonna play Dynamix or any other rhythm game. The problem with most of those is that there are strong copyright issues with streaming them. Related to the music playing. I don't know those games specifically, but... there are a lot of copyright issues regarding a lot of music. Like, hell, even just, like, that one Rainworld mod that was just clown music, got copyright claimed. And things you just can't do because of the dance pad. React quickly. Kind of forced to react slowly to things. I mean, given enough time, I can probably do anything. It just is going to take a while to get there, because it's very slow to do. Thanks less on a dancepad challenge, thanks less on a keyboard is insanity. I mean, the base game Celeste, I really didn't feel like that was that difficult. I mean, like, the non, like, base game Celeste, like, the extra levels and stuff, those were pretty tough, but... You don't get what this dancepad is, there's 2 spots with no inputs? I don't really either. It would be convenient having the extra ones. Please put the torch in the house. And we have 7 buttons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 2 back here are empty spots. They don't have to do anything. I already killed King Slime. Let me check and make sure this middle house is valid. Okay, let me make sure the top house is valid then. Okay, yeah, I need to fix that. Thought as much. Why am I kind of lame? PC should be moved in now. Okay, the mechanic should be over there. Who likes the snow biome, so she should sell a snow pylon. Yes, platforms count as a door. Yeah, they do. Undertale is timeless? I've never played Undertale. Shouldn't move in here. What complex thing you do with the farming method with blood moon with Hoix? I mean, speedrunner houses are not complex. They're the very opposite of complex. They are the bare minimum house to build that's just very fast to build. Why isn't it rain? Yeah, no, it's rain. Yeah, I made the right video. Yeah, as fast as possible, bare minimum fits itself. Okay, I mean, I guess we'll kill King Slime. I want this slime waiting to end. We'll show up eventually. Yeah, basically for the Wall of Flesh, we're going to be holding down attack in the direction where the Wall of Flesh is, and just running in the other direction. And that should work fine. Knight's Edge kicks ass. Hey, Astral. Next skyscraper. Okay. Ideally, I'd like to fight Wall of Flesh left to right. Or sorry, right to left, not left to right. Oh, I see what's going on here. My dance pad is pushed up against the couch behind me, which is causing, when I push down, to be pushing left instead of right. Which is why I wasn't blocking properly. It's still happening. For some reason, that's why I keep not moving. I'm trying to move to the right, but I guess the input sensitivity on this thing kind of sucks. It's not a very good pad. And it's just been worn down with use. Okay. I mean, we killed Ink Slime as a random spawn with just a silver bow, I think, earlier. It was time consuming. We didn't have any buffs or an arena, but you envy Kaios and other builders? Oh, like me? I'm a builder. I build things. I build great things. I see. I build too? Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't really do it too well right now, but if you watch most of my other streams, you can see the really impressive creations that I've made. Honestly, I get scared sometimes with how well I can build in Terraria. Five-hour dance pad building stream win. Oh, there's an Abigail's flower. Do I care? No, I don't think I care. Take it and sell it? No, it looks nice. I'll just leave it there. I'm not greedy. Okay. What I should really do is add on another house down here. So that I can move the mechanic in. But money? I have enough money. Is tell us the thing about life fruit? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about life fruit. What do I prefer? Different types of the same color? It depends on the outfit. Wait, outfits? What do you mean? What is the question? My favorite go-to aesthetics? I mean, what I wear on stream. Just look at, like, the outfits I've worn this week. I feel like that's good. Good baseline. Curious as to what other stuff I wear. You don't sound weird. It's cool and cute to think about. Just go look at like the past couple streams that I've done the last couple days. I've worn a different outfit each day. A pair of thigh highs and armors. We lost them recently and you can't find them. You can always buy more. I've played Metal Gear. I have played Metal Gear Solid. I have not played the other Metal Gear games. Fun fact, by the way, you can teleport to a pylon from that same pylon. It's great. See the half the time they go, damn, you wish you could afford this. I mean, I have a lot more clothes that like I just haven't worn on stream, mostly because they don't all like fit well in different out. Do I have a grapple keybind? No. Like I have this skirt, which like, I think I wore once during a Celeste dancepad stream. I just don't have a lot of clothes that go with, like, the strong red. I think, like, black and white socks and maybe, like, a gray or black hoodie, but I just don't have much to go with it. I have this blue skirt, which I haven't worn just because I don't feel like it matches as well. I don't know. I was kind of hoping to be a slightly different shade of blue. I don't know if I've actually worn these pink socks. I have a lot of different colored socks. I might have worn those at some point. I don't know. I have like 3 different black skirts. I don't know why I have so many black skirts. I have black arm warmers that are like the white ones. Most of my black outfits have sleeves already, so there's not much reason for them. Male fish little. This is more fishnets. I don't honestly remember what this looks like. I think this is supposed to be like a chest thing. I haven't worn this purple skirt in a while. I should put this on right now. Hold on. I mean, that one also kind of matches. I don't know if I like it as much, though. I don't... It matches, yeah, but I do like shorts. I don't think I've ever had an occasion to wear these, like, gray socks. They came in a multi-pack, but I just... Gray is a very awkward color. Like... I don't know. I have these socks that are like a slightly different shade of blue. But I think this one fits better. Silly creature on the left. Oh, the amethyst bunny. What Terraria challenge can you do to help you get better? I just start small. I have this hoodie, which is very, very brightly colored. This is what I wore during Halloween, for Rainworld Hunter. It's very bright. Now you're welcome to join the server, Lasting Memories. There's like 700 something people in there. It really pops out. And it's such a strong, vibrant color, that I feel like it's hard to match that with other clothes. At least from what I have in my wardrobe. I mean, it's intentionally super pink because it was supposed to be like Rainworld Hunter. It's just fitting that with other stuff is difficult. This is it's just a very large, oversized orange hoodie, which I wore whenever I was doing the Five Pebbles cosplay things. It's very big. If I were to wear this, it wouldn't even look like I was wearing shorts because it goes down to like here. It's just a bit tough, and orange isn't a great color on me. I usually wear it with jorts, I think, because the other stuff doesn't fit too well. I think jorts and black socks. Oh no, I never said femboy Z family. What else do I have? I have another black skirt. This one's not the mini skirt, it's just a black skirt. And then a pair of shorts. Oh, these have, like, the ass cut out. Oh, I have this, like, salmon-colored hoodie. I think it's more of a crop top. This one also, I feel like, just doesn't fit very well with a lot of the... Did you know I was no Reddit with a new account? I don't think that's a coherent sentence. It's just... It's very, like, washed out pink color, and I don't have great, like, pants to match with it. It's just salmon colored. More orangish than that. I thought that was salmon color. What else do I have? Those blue socks. I have that Astolfo. Last Halloween, there was the casual clothes Astolfo outfit. The rest of it's hanging up in my closet to dampen sound for when I record things, like the hoodie and whatnot. I think I wore this during the hot tub stream. And then I have the clothes I was wearing this week, which need to get washed. And I'm sure there's other stuff just around. I don't know. Well, yeah, go for it. What's next? Best time to start is today. No idea where to start. It's hard. Well, I'd start small with setting a goal. Like, if you wanted to lose weight or, something, set yourself a weight goal or a diet goal and start working towards it in batches. Or if you want to start with outfits, start by getting an outfit, or shaving, or I just break them up into one thing you want to do at a time. Getting started is the hardest part. Once you get into the rhythm of it, it gets a lot easier. Man, I do not lock my hotbar. I don't honestly even know what locking your hotbar does. Unless my hotbar is locked. Is it locked? I honestly have no idea. What does locking your hotbar do? What is, in your opinion, the best way to move body hair on legs / arms? I mean, it's going to depend on your skin and your schedule. I'll potentially switch the item by clicking it. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, if you can do hair removal creams like Nair or Veet or something, that's going to be about the fastest way to do it. Electric razors will typically be less irritating, and it's good for a balance of not needing to invest a whole lot of time and energy, but it won't be quite as close of a shave. You know, shaving with a razor is a lot of work, but gets a very smooth shave. Waxing, how exactly do hair removal creams work anyway? They weaken the hair and basically let it slide out. I think they, like, I forget if they, like, dissolve the hair or if they expand the, like, root that's holding the hair in. But it basically, relaxes the hair and you wipe it and it just, like, rubs off. Now, you do need to be careful with them because they are, they can be quite harsh chemicals. If you leave them on for too long or if you have sensitive skin, they can be quite problematic. I would not recommend that you get a hair removal cream and just start using it. You'll want to patch test it to make sure you don't have a bad reaction to it. Because you can really irritate your skin if you have a bad reaction to it. It'll be the best way if you have thicker hair and you don't want to spend too much time on it. I mean, I would start with an electric razor. Just an electric razor for body hair. Laser is a whole different thing. Firstly, laser hair removal is not permanent. Like, irreversible, completely getting rid of hair. If you get laser, you will still need to do some amount of shaving. It will be drastically reduced. Most of it will be gone, especially... facial laser doesn't really work too well, but, like... no. Laser hair removal is more of laser hair reduction. I think, the people at the salon said for my legs, it'd be like an 80 or 90% reduction. But there's still some hair growing. Grows slower, thinner, but you will still have to do a little bit of maintenance from time to time. And it also, the hair will, over years, eventually repair itself. Unless you keep up with it and, like, every year or two get a follow-up appointment to make sure it remains lasered. If you want the permanent destruction of the hair, I believe electrolysis. Electrolysis basically goes hair by hair and just destroys the root and completely prevents it from growing back. It's already expensive, what's the point? I mean, reduces a lot of the hair. It's a semi-permanent most removal. Like, if you get laser done, most of the hair in the section, as long as you're not getting it on a super hormonal area, I don't think it works super well on the face. Or, I imagine, like, pubic hair also wouldn't work very well, because that's a pretty hormonal area. Or something like that. Yeah. Semi-permanent is a really weird word. Yeah. Oh, what was that? I do have a cutoff because I need to go to my grandparents' house for dinner, and I also need to get changed before I go there. I'll probably need to leave my house at like 5:40. Yeah, I might look into electrolysis to see if electrolysis can be done on the face, because boy, I really fucking hate having to shave my face. Because it just grows much faster than the rest of my body hair. And is also much more noticeable because it's thicker hair. Yeah, so ingrown hairs are quite problematic. I still actually have quite a few ingrown hairs from a couple months ago on my leg. They're just kind of faded, and I've been working on getting rid of them. But you might see a little bit of, like, if you look close, there's a little bit of irritation. A couple of, like, red bumps. That's because I tend to get pretty bad ingrown hairs sometimes. Even when, like, managing them, which is part of why I, opted for laser. And I'm getting it. I actually have a laser hair removal appointment tomorrow. The best way to avoid ingrown hairs, firstly, is make sure your skin is clean and your razor is also clean and sharp. Before shaving. If you're using an actual razor, swap out the blades frequently. Make sure your skin is clean. Afterwards, using lotion or something can help. And then also exfoliating and salicylic acid can help remove ingrown hairs. I think it like weakens the skin and helps them come out. And also making sure you shave with the grain and not against it. Your hair grows in a particular direction. Hold on. I can find... Yeah, I have a little bit of hair growing on my hand right here. You can kind of see it's growing in that direction. When you're shaving, you want to make sure you shave with the hair. So you bring the razor this way, and not against it. Going at it like this will tug on the hair, and irritate it more. And cut it deeper down, which will then potentially cause it to regrow under the skin, which is an ingrown hair. What will be the next step down from electrolysis? Laser does not work on facial hair very well. Don't try to get laser hair removal on your face. Yeah, just don't. I sold the flower because I had to break it to open the door. Also, laser hair removal, laser hair removal works best if you have light skin and dark hair, because the laser needs to find the hair, and the contrast of darkness is how it does that. If you have dark skin or you have light hair, laser hair removal might not work. So that's another thing to keep in mind. yeah, like, I got laser hair removal on my face, because there was a bundle discount. I wanted it on my legs, and it was... The cheapest way to get it on my legs was to get it alongside another treatment, and the face was the cheapest treatment. So I got both of them half off by buying two, which just made the legs cheaper. And after all of the appointments, most of the hair that isn't on, like, my chin or, like, upper lip is gone. Like, I don't really have to shave, like, my jawline, aside from, like, directly under my mouth too much. And a lot of just, like, the miscellaneous hairs across my cheek have been reduced, but it doesn't do a whole lot for the, like, upper lip and chin area, which is the part that you'd probably want to get dealt with. Yeah. Well, it's because those are the hormonal areas that grow thick and grow fast. And that's also why the laser doesn't work well on them, is because they're hormonal areas that grow thick and grow fast. Hang on, that is... I put down the bewitching table and not the alchemy table? Yeah, the chin's an awkward shape. Consider using laser on your arms. Is that a bad idea? No, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Your arm, like, it will work fairly well on your arms. As long as, like I said, you have darker hair and not dark skin, because it relies on, like, the pigment contrast to find the hairs, and if your hair is a similar color to your skin, then it can't find it very well, and it won't be terribly effective. But, like, I can't give you... I can't tell you whether or not... Asking what diet exercises are good for getting more feminine. I mean... The only feminine diet that I could think of is if you ate, or you took, like, I don't know, estrogen supplements or something, but that's, like, a completely different thing. I think you're just looking to lose weight more than anything, yeah? And there's not any particular exercise, just meant getting slimmer. I mean, just exercising, period. Like, I wouldn't try to pick any one particular exercise. I would just exercise. Whatever you feel like you can do, whatever you feel comfortable doing, just do it, and then branch out into more things from there. I wouldn't stress over trying to do the one particular best exercise to try to get a more feminine body. Just do something, because something is much better than nothing, and right now you're at nothing. If you're not willing to commit to permanent hair removal, would your best bet just be waxing and or a good razor? If you hate yourself, you could use an epilator. Epilators are painful as fuck, but are effective. I could never get very far with epilating because it hurt a lot. But epilators are basically a small mechanical device that you basically run it over your skin, and it grabs the hairs and plucks them out, like tweezers en masse. It's pretty painful, especially in more sensitive areas, but it is fairly effective, and because it's pulling them out, it is longer term than shaving. You won't need to epilate as frequently as you would need to shave. It's like waxing in that respect. And I think it also does, the hair will gradually grow back thinner after frequent epilation, from my understanding. Sounds like waxing, but slower. Kind of, yeah. Yeah, but epilators also require less. You just grab it and, you know, you don't have to go with the whole waxing and then strip and waxing still slower. Burn off your body here with a match. Your beard might generate enough flame to actually kill you if you did that. Can't get a sunburn if you don't have skin. How you beat me to it, B? Oh, but if you're not in skin. Okay. Plantera Arena? I mean, it's going to be a lot more annoying trying to build a Plantera Arena come hard mode. The only things I could think of left to do would be building the Wall of Flesh Arena or building a Plantera Arena if I want to do that. Maybe I just get a bunch of sticky dynamite and then work with the area from there. But sticky dynamite's also dangerous because I might blow myself up. So maybe I don't do that. Hey, P-Bones. Let me look at what my area is like. Explore that region next to the pylon. Oh, thank you, Toad. Yeah, the hard mode jungle does suck, but we also have faster mining speed by that point. Oh, hold on. I need to actually... I mean, that's a pretty good area to build a Plantera Arena in. Like, that's a mostly... Damn it. That's a mostly open area. What happened since last stream? Oh, we found the shimmer last stream. It was... I build it so it doubles the golem arena again? Quite possibly. I mean, on expert mode, if you have enough defense, you can just slap around golem in his arena. But doing that without a Terror Blade would be kind of sucky, and I don't know if I'm gonna get a Terror Blade because post-Plantera Eclipse kind of spooky. What do you reckon is the hardest boss for dancepad? I don't know. Oh, Duke Fish one giving me a lot of trouble. Empress of Light was kind of tough too. Alright, if I... Okay, I see how to turn this into a functional arena. Height's not great, though. I mean, daytime Empress, sure. Is dodging Moonlord laser going to be impossible? No. Dodging the Moonlord's laser is probably going to be the easiest part of dodging the Moonlord. The laser is super easy to dodge. It's by far his most predictable and dodgeable attack. Stage we at currently? Pre-Wall of Flash, post-Skeletron. I'm gonna build a Plantera Arena. Oh, I wanted obsidian. That's right. I wanted that obsidian shield. Dancepad? Well, I mean, keep in mind I have killed the Moonlord blindfolded, killed the Moonlord with brain suckler blindness, killed the Moonlord with a copper short sword, killed the Moonlord with a lawnmower, killed the Moonlord with a flare gun. Use the Moonlord laser for hair removal. Do I have 20 obsidian on me? No. Let's get some then. You know, now that I look at it, I think the jungle would actually be my best bet. For getting obsidian. My greatest feat yet was when I beat the game as a mage. Oh yeah, that one was damn near impossible. Hang on. I want another NPC in here. Inventory. Beating which the beating game with the trash weapon or wood gimmick was the hardest? I mean, depends what you mean by hardest. I mean, the longest was lawnmower only. As far as weak weapons, like, you're not going to get worse than the lawnmower. It's a 70 hour? Wasn't it like 80 hours? But like, the mechanical execution for most of that fight, or most of that playthrough was not terribly difficult. It was very long, but, you know, each thing individually wasn't, like, super hard. I mean, you can look at things like, when I no-hit for the worthy bosses blindfolded, that's, like, a really difficult single point of execution, but it took less time to no-hit every for the worthy boss blindfolded than it did to beat the whole game with a lawnmower. So, like, does that make it harder to do it with a lawnmower? It's certainly more time-consuming. You know, is beating the game while barely able to see from having the permanent brain suckler lawnmower's melee damage? No, it does classless damage. With the permanent brain suckler blindness and basically being unable to see harder than something else, like, the difficulties aren't really comparable, I feel like. I can tell you which one is, like, the most frustrating, in which case, it's probably one of the ones I didn't complete. Like, blindfolded Terraria, we got to post Wall of Flesh, but then I just kind of gave up because it was too annoying trying to organize, having somebody else, one of my friends, there to tell me what was going on. I'll probably find the stuff for the Mystic Frog. So let me get... I'll probably find another Mystic Frog, so let me get the Purification Powder. Yeah, I just don't think there's a good answer for 8 damage. 8 fixed classless damage, and against most enemies that are not in pre-hard mode, that will be dealing 1 damage, because defense. Yeah, but it still did less damage than the copper short sword at that stage, I'm pretty sure. Came in WG. I think we had buffed the copper short sword to have, like, a comparable amount of damage. Oh, don't walk in the lava, you dumbass! No! Stop it! No! Okay. No! Dumbass frog. Yes, totally normal B. I usually just forget about the Mystic Slime. Because I don't carry around Purification Powder, and the odds of me having... Like, I need to remember it, which is a lot of work. Beano, let's just start a random lava pool. I mean, it happens. If you play enough hardcore, you'll just get used to dying to random things, and also play in a way that prevents you from dying to random things. Most frustrating hardcore death? I mean, it's usually the most annoying time you die in hardcore is when you are operating under the assumption that you are not in danger, and then it turns out you are in danger. A good example would be farming statue enemies with a minion. Sharks are able to clip through 1 block gaps if they are or 1 block wide walls if they are knocked back in a particular way. I've been in situations where I've been no-clipped by a shark through a wall in like legendary mode, and at that point they hit for like 200 something, so you just kind of die before you can react. Thank you, dog meat. You know, something like that sucks. That's rough. I mean, like I said, you die enough times, you just... you don't get attached enough to any one character that you mind that much. Are you mad if you're playing hardcore and die for the poison of a stinger? Yeah, honey does work. Or just good reflexes with recalling. I mean, the thing is, a large part of hardcore is just recognizing when a situation is dangerous and when to leave it before it's going to kill you. It's kind of similar to Rainworld in that respect, where once you reach a certain point in Rainworld, you may get yourself into a situation where death is kind of unavoidable. Where you are flanked on lizards by either side, or it's too late and you went to a spot where it's starting to rain, there's no shelter nearby. And the correct solution to avoid that was to recognize that the situation was dangerous and avoid getting into it entirely. And there's a similar thing going on in hardcore, where yes, you could get in a situation where dying would be almost certain, but the trick is just to avoid getting in that situation entirely because it's avoidable. Like, oh, you might have a random mech boss spawn early in hard mode, and that would be pretty devastating, and you might die. But the solution to that is to either avoid breaking altars so that the mech bosses can't spawn randomly, or just make sure you can always get underground before 8:51 p.m. so they don't randomly spawn even if they have the spawning message, because if you're not above the surface at 8:51, they won't spawn. Similar thing with, like, invasions. I haven't broken a Crimson Heart or a Shadow Orb, so Goblin invasions can't happen. So I don't have to worry about them sneaking up on me and being problematic, because they can't. And you just quit the game and go back if that happens. Saving and quitting kind of lame in hardcore. I don't do it. I certainly can't do it on a dancepad because well, I could do it to avoid a random mech boss spawn, I guess, but even then it would be kind of iffy. What about Pirate Invasion / solar eclipses? You can't prevent solar eclipses, but you can put yourself in a safe spawn location that you can recall to when nothing can spawn nearby. A good example of that was when I was doing Legendary yet Fixed Boy hardcore. I put my bed, when I was farming Life Fruit, I put my bed next to an enchanted sundial in the middle of an area where no enemies could spawn, so that even if a solar eclipse happened, nothing would be able to spawn and get to me, because I was in a safe spot. Because there's just literally nothing within the valid spawning radius that's a valid spot for an enemy to spawn on. And Pirate Invasions, there's only one enemy in a pirate invasion that can go through blocks, and that is the ghost that spawns when you kill a pirate captain. All you have to do to safely kill a pirate invasion is just put yourself on the other side of a solid block, and don't kill pirate captains, and they can't damage you. Okay. Hopefully Warden? Well, I've come to the conclusion that, Femboy on dancepad in the bottom right corner is basically like Subway Surfers or Family Guy clips. And keeping people's attention. Okay. I don't think, blocks my loadout, though. White Horseshoe Balloon, Obsidian Shield, Sharktooth Necklace, Magiluminescence, Frostbite Boots. But yeah, see ya. Stone? Stone. Yeah, I also, I beat Risk of Rain 2 for the first time earlier today, just before the stream. The game is... So when I was first getting into Risk of Rain 2, I was told by a lot of people that I should... Or rather, they told me that they really enjoyed being, like, loot goblins and just taking time and looting things and, like... It is so much easier beating the game when you get to the final boss in 20 minutes instead of when you get to the final boss in 40 minutes. And I have been having such an easier time just going, immediately spawning into a stage, find the teleporter, activate it, and then get to, like, stage 4 in 10 minutes, stage 5 in 15, final boss in, like, 20-25 minutes. I'm not on higher difficulties like Eclipse, it's just, I was operating under the assumption that was the good way to play, and then I just get randomly insta-killed, later on, and have to deal with the final boss having, like, 80,000 HP, 90,000 HP, and, like, it's just so much easier to not. Also, my god, I fucking love the plant that lets you teleport. God, I fucking love that plant. Because it lets you skip the entire, like, pillars. And god, I fucking hate the pillars. Just being able to do that one saves like 5 or 6 minutes, because it takes forever to charge the pillars and do everything. And two, it's just... It's nice for getting around and getting loot, too. Because you can, like, run away, pick up items, and then quantum tunnel back to the teleporter instead of having to run back. You get that plant in Terraria? No. Oh, we got a party girl. Slice of cake? I'd like the party girl's cake. We got another Abigail's... Okay, I need to break this. I can't get in this room when this Abigail's flower is growing here, because it blocks the door from opening. I need to get rid of this gravestone. Captain's alt specialist and skip pillars if you hit yourself with it. Jump while Diablo Strike lands and launch up all the way up to Mythics. I haven't played, like, any character that isn't Bandit. Also, I just unlocked Captain, like... Because I just beat the game. Yeah, and I made sure to kill the boss with the pistol to unlock the other pistol. Yeah, honestly, the random enemies in the final phase where Mythics is are way more annoying than Mythics himself. Like, fuck those 3 enemies. Is there an umbrella in Risk of Rain? I haven't found one. Do I have the DLC? I don't have the DLC. I might pick it up on the Steam Winter Sale, if it's on sale, but... Yeah, and like the difficult part, the thing that kept killing me doing Mythics is in his 3rd phase, when he has the, like, spinny shit, right? He puts out, like, the columns and, like, spin them side to side. And honestly, that's not that difficult to dodge. The problem is you're getting shot by, like, random enemies that do a fuck ton of HP damage. And you need to simultaneously dodge those while dodging that. And then, if it happens to hit you, you get, like, insta-killed. And the difficult part of that was always just dodging the random, like... big enemy shooting things at you or knocking you back into it or stuff like that. In its 4th phase, possible from this to become immortal. How does the 4th phase work? I saw that he, like, stole my items, and then I shot them and got them back. But he kind of just seemed weak, and he just died. Oh, he gets all the item effects. Oh, okay. I didn't have very many items, so that's probably why not very much happened. Yeah, also, you have Test the Coil, for example. He's so terrifying. I didn't understand. So, like, when you actually beat the game, you have to, like, go charge the escape ship. And I assume if you don't do it in time, you, like, die and the moon explodes. But, like, it felt so weird because, like, there was nothing there. Like, I just sat inside of the ship for, like, a minute. And nothing happens. And, like, there weren't any enemies attacking me. I just sat there. Void Weavers are supposed to spawn? I don't know. I mean, I went outside and I saw a couple of them in the distance. But, like, they weren't really attacking me, and I could just kind of sit there. I wish you could sit as you sat there, but in my face. Is Wall of Flesh sandwich made? No, we haven't fought the Wall of Flesh yet, or the arena. The enemy's AI kind of circle you as opposed to attack. We also think Void Weavers can't put the projectiles in the ship itself. I did also, like... zoom there with the quantum tunnel thing. Enemies in the venue are coded not to come within a certain distance of the ship. So that might have... Zooming there might have impacted things. Let me put these bones in here. Also, I have a question, because I asked Bismarck this, and he gave me an answer, and it didn't seem correct. Does attack speed affect how fast you reload as Bandit? Because it seemed like having a higher attack speed would make me reload my gun faster and shoot faster. Like the... It doesn't? Why did... When I would activate, like, the thing that enrages you, like Gorag's Opus or whatever, that gives you attack speed. Like, a huge attack speed increase. Attack speed increases animation speed? Okay, maybe it's something like that. But, no, I definitely reloaded faster. Like, with absolute certainty, when I activated Gorag's Opus, I was reloading faster. Animation speed is dependent on attack speed. It might not be the cooldown to start reloading, but, like, I mean, you can literally hear the clicking reload things. There's, like, the 4 reload stuff. Shells reload 1 at a time, taking 1.2 seconds to reload all 4 shots. Reload speed scales with attack speed. Okay. See, I was pretty sure, because I was like, wait, doesn't the Soldier Syringe, like, do, like, literally nothing if it doesn't scale my reload speed? Because I can basically attack as fast as I want by default. I'm slightly hot, not going to lie. It is a little bit... What's the temperature? Hold on. Damn, it's 77 degrees in here. It is kind of hot. It used to not be the case. And it sucked? Okay, let me get some potions. Artificer is a similar issue, where R1 has a 2-second cooldown to recharge, so attack speed does, like, nothing for her. I don't know who Artificer is. I don't think I've unlocked Artificer. Well, I just never looked at them. It's also possible. I mean, Risk of Rain 2 took me a while to get into, because at the start, it was very... It felt hard to get into the rhythm of, because it felt like I would just be playing for a long time, and then something would just, like, insta-kill me, and the game is either, like, pathetically easy, or you instantly die. And it still does kind of have that problem, to a degree. But that's largely just because if you take a really long time, you scale to a point where enemies, like, insta-kill you. She's fun though, you like playing her, but her R2 alternative is better than her base, you think? 10 coin. Oh, it's the guy in the shop. Or the girl in the shop. Okay. Yeah, I have not edited the TXT file in Risk of Rain to give myself like 123 million coins, so I haven't gotten enough coins to do that yet. Past like stage 4, everything like one-shots you. I mean, I think like past 4, everything one-shots you if you went slowly. I haven't had the issue of getting one shot once I started going fast and getting to stage 4 in like 12 or 13 minutes. But if I got there in like half an hour, then stuff would start one-shotting me. Ice wall you find helps you a lot in a lot more situations. TOT? I don't know what Ice Wall is. I like to full loot personally though, so it tends to scale quite a bit for you. I just found full looting to be a lot of wandering around and not doing anything, and then getting one shot. Ice Wall. I don't think I have Ice Wall. I don't think I've gotten Ice Wall. Unless it's like a red. Oh, out of official alternative. Okay. Danger Sense Potions. Danger Sense Potions. Don't recommend Knight's Edge, too risky. For what, the Wall of Flesh? Nah. I mean, we killed the Wall of Flesh blindfolded on Expert Mode with a Knight's Edge. I think we can do it on a dancepad. I play multiplayer Risk of Rain 2, let you know. I don't think it's likely I would play multiplayer Risk of Rain 2 with random people. I've played Risk of Rain 2 with some friends and had a good time, like Nuzzle and Bismarck. But I don't think playing with a bunch of random people is something I would enjoy that much. Okay, how do I want to go about this? I have an ancient chisel. Where's my ancient chisel? Is my piggy bank? Fighting the course 300 hours, you've gone from Commander's the best character to Commander's the best character again. I played Commander a couple times until I unlocked Bandit, and then I was like, yo, I like this. And then I just kept playing Bandit. Must be in the accessories chest, because it's not in here. Am I transsexual? No. And there's the best M1 in the game. Doesn't he just, like, shoot? I tried playing a couple different characters sometimes, and then it would just make me go, like, damn, I wish I was playing Bandit instead. Like, I unlocked the guy. There's the ancient chisel. Is the stream school appropriate? I don't know. It depends where you go to school. Transsexual means you're into trans people? No, it doesn't. It is an older term to essentially refer to trans people. Don't describe yourself as, in general, I would not use the word transsexual because it's outdated, but don't describe yourself as transsexual if you're attracted to trans people. That's not what that word means. There's a proc coefficient of 1.0. I don't know what that means. Hey, Felipe. Tender effect items have to activate an ability. I did not understand that sentence. Do you mean just the odds of a given on-hit effect to trigger? And one is... Okay. Okay. How often certain items effects can trigger on hit? Okay. This needs to be a pain to build. Alright, let's get started. Best way to do this is just gonna be putting my mouse cursor underneath me and going down. Yeah, well, it needs to get done, and it'll be safest to do it now instead of later. Yeah, that can be a bit annoying to make in hard mode. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad because we have NPCs here, so odds are very few things will spawn, at least in the part of the arena that's close. Oh, thank you, Singularity. Maybe I aim upward instead of downward. Should disarm this. Interestingly, I don't see any boulders. Oh, that's a boulder. Okay, let's get rid of this now. Recommended. I love men. What do you have to watch for that to appear? I don't know. This? Alright. Boulder over here. I want the boulder gone. Sticky dynamite? I'd rather just do it by hand. New bird sounds are kind of weird. Even if that's what those birds actually sound like. They sound bird-like. I believe that that's what the bird sounds like. I'm not too familiar with tropical birds, though. about toucans? They just say shit about Fruit Loops. Are there total noises from Minecraft? No, I have not played. I didn't know there were totals in Minecraft. I don't use dynamite. I'd just rather do it by hand. Try that cereal with the toucan? No. Not in a while. Toucan loops, right? That just look kind of bad. You mean by legs? I don't know what you are talking about. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Welcome back to Stopwatch. Oh, but okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Sticky dynamite does have a little bit of risk because I might blow myself up on accident. I can also just make sure things go correctly by hand a lot easier. Doesn't the split have a crunch noise when you eat it? I'm not sure. Hey, Spokeless. Wasn't all food? No, you drink some foods. Like, ice cream. Ice cream you drink. That's drinking noise. There are a couple that are weird. Let's drink the soup one. Pho. You eat your ice cream, not slope it? Hey, speak for yourself. I slope that shit down. You're not drinking your ice cream. Are you even eating ice cream? Would you rather crunchy ice cream? I mean, I do like waffle cone bits in ice cream. Or just waffle cone. I like a waffle cone. And there are some ice cream that have like cone bits in them, where you can get like cone bits as a topping. I'm into that shit. That's like crunchy ice cream. Caramel bits. Favorite chocolate bar? I don't really like chocolate bars very much. Why do you keep saying waffle time? What does that mean? Like, what? That's like the second or third time you've said that, and I still don't understand what you're trying to say. Caramel and chocolate are godly together. It's your personal crack. I can't eat much caramel and chocolate together. I like them every once in a while, but I can't go for much. I know that singularity, but I don't understand what relevance that has to what's going on here. Like, I don't... Like, what does that have to do with me digging a planter arena or talking about ice cream or whatever? Am I building an arena? Yeah. Just tell me to get waffles, iron, and get fixed for it. Does master mode hardcore get fixed by blind? So I don't mean this in a negative way necessarily, but it might seem to come off as slightly rude. Do you guys have like original material? I've heard the now do X with X where you just add on arbitrary restrictions probably thousands of times. It's like, honestly, like the least original Terraria joke, to make. Do multiplayers all day players on a dance pad? We did, multiplayer where people had to escort me on a dance pad. And I would, like, try to get myself killed and they had to keep me alive. The Calamity community is even less original? Yeah. Dance pad in a suit? I don't own a suit. I only own dresses. Not that I wouldn't want to own a suit, I just don't because suits are... there's nothing I spent money on. The Calamity community has 3 jokes? Okay, what are they? I'll tell you whether or not they're good. Yarim win B, Drayrim, and do thing with 20 increasing difficulty and challenges. I have no idea what that first one's supposed to mean. I have no idea what that second one's supposed to mean. And that third one is basically in any Terraria environment where there are challenges going on. And it's not even Terraria specific. It happens in any game, because people seem to think that the most clever thing is going, oh wait, but what if you did this on like a higher difficulty? Or what if you, like, while you were doing it, just like shoved a fire iron, what's the word? What if while you were doing it, you just like shoved a fire poker into your urethra? Would that make the challenge harder? Drarum is the ship name for Yarim x Dradon, and then being divorced gay lovers is a joke, and also Vinolv's the first thing. Is this a Calamity joke, or is this a Calamity lore community joke? Yeah, I mean, it just gets annoying because, basically anytime you do anything, there's just somebody spamming very unoriginal, now do it with X jokes, and then that happens, like, constantly, and it's like, it feels like going into a Reddit comment section, in the sense that everybody's just repeating, like, the same unfunny thing, Sure, be a friend of the trombone in the background going womp womp every time you die. Just don't die. That's the same thing. I remember some people... Oh, there's a gold bunny. I don't think I have a bug net, though. Do I? No, I don't. Alright, well, in that case, Being Clarity released patch today, and you have a blatant Rainworld reference in the mod, so that's funny. What's the reference? Saint flying thing? Man, I wish there were more interesting things to do with Rainworld challenges. I don't feel like there were very many Rainworld challenges that I haven't done that I would be very interested in. But it's really fun. I had a lot of fun doing like the Max Point Saint Expedition challenge, or like dancepad and voice controlled Rainworld, or even just doing the Blueberry Slug Cat, when I did that, like, as soon as it was discovered. New world stuff nowadays, you have the most fun with randomizers. I've done randomizers, I feel like they're fun every once in a while, but much more fun than Terraria randomizers. I think Terraria randomizers suck. The Thigh command in Rainworld? I don't remember. Terraria had some weird voice-controlled commands, because the whole thing was kind of a shitpost, but I took it a bit more seriously with Rainworld. There's not a game to be randomized. I mean, I feel like the randomizers felt like they either, for the most part, just felt like they weren't intended to be played. Yeah, what are those socks? These are thigh-high, what color is that? I don't know what to call that. It's not a blue. Like a seafoam green? Or maybe like a... I don't think it's quite a cyan. Maybe more of a teal? Ever do Elden Ring randomizers? No, I did dancepad Elden Ring, though. I would have a lot more fun playing literally any other Souls game with a randomizer than Elden Ring on a randomizer. Partner synthetic? I don't remember. Yeah, it just felt like the Terraria randomizers were not meant to be played. They were just meant to be, like, laughed at for absurdity, which, like, is fun for an hour maybe, and then Game of the Year this year for me, well, I haven't played that many new releases. The only new release that I can think of is Baldur's Gate 3, so I guess Baldur's Gate 3. There hasn't been much that came out this year that I was particularly interested in. I mean, Rain World Downpour is not a new game, but Downpour did come out this year. How's Baldur's Gate 3? Baldur's Gate 3 is a very fun game, but, I would not recommend it for everyone, because it's a very particular type of game, and if you like the type of game it wants to be, then you're gonna love it. If not, you'll probably just, either get overwhelmed or lose interest, because the, mechanics themselves are very, so it's basically, it rips all of its mechanics from 5th edition D&D, with some minor tweaks here and there to fit into a video game form. And it does have a lot of world building and branching paths and quests and storylines and whatnot. And it is a very fun environment to explore. There's a lot going on. However, it is not a game that has a lot of mechanical challenge. It is not a type of game where you're going to get into, like, really intense situations where you're going to need to use mechanical skill or dodging to do things, because it's turn-based. So you didn't like 5e? I don't like playing 5th edition D&D as D&D, because 5th edition D&D is, oh, another gold bunny, is designed to play like a video game. So 5th edition D&D as a video game is great, because 5th edition D&D is designed like a fucking MMO, with everything on cooldown and different abilities, and things that work really well in video game form. I just think they are really bad in tabletop form. The reason I don't like 5th edition D&D is why it's good as a video game, because it designs and plays like a video game. Yeah. The idea is to do it before hard mode enemies. The other thing about Baldur's Gate 3 is expensive. It's, a large AAA title, which is why I would be hesitant about recommending it to people, because it can, a $60 game, that's not an investment to make, lightly. I think I've spent like 200-something hours in it. I've played through it a few times. Enjoyed it. They've been releasing patches, to add more content and to refine the stuff that's there. I think they've ironed out a lot of the game-breaking bugs, and patched up a lot of the broken quest lines and things by this point, which is quite nice. And, it might go on sale during the winter sale. It's not like Factorio, which never goes on sale. $5 per now if you do get a game soon, it's gonna be Factorio. Yeah, and Factorio at the same time, yeah. I wasn't. So I had mentioned this when I was playing Factorio with Bismarck. But like, it's a philosophy of the Factorio developers to never have the game go on sale. Which, on the one hand, I can understand and respect. But on the other hand, it felt kind of like, I don't know, the vibe with which I read the forum post where they described their reasonings for not going on sale just felt off. Hey, is that okay? I don't know if it works for them. I mean, Factorio is an incredibly popular game. They certainly make... Honestly, I don't think it increases their sales or their overall profit. I feel like it's probably more of a business decision from a company that makes enough money to not have to care. But yeah, just like comparing the price of Factorio to other like factory sim games or just other games, like if I was given the choice to buy Factorio at the price it's at now, I don't think I would buy it again. Because I just think the amount of time I've spent in the game, I would have rather spent like that $25 or $30 on other games, because I could have probably gotten like 2 or 3 other games that I would have spent more time in and had more fun with. Did I enjoy Factorio? Yeah, but it's a pretty steep price, and I can get a lot of other games of comparable quality that go on sale for like 50 or 75% off, especially like indie roguelike titles, which I'm really into. Factorio is basically just a game I've had fun playing with friends and a little bit alone, but it's not like I feel like people get very invested in Factorio, so I feel like it'd be worth it. Yeah, and the thing is, like, it doesn't even have to be big sales. You know, plenty of games go for like 20% off, 10% off, and it's still like, oh hey, it's on sale. It gets on the Steam page as like being identified as being on sale. It draws traffic and attention. If Factorio went on sale, it'd be a big thing because Factorio never goes on sale. What is it? Yeah, I mean, you can easily dump hundreds of hours into a lot of games. I've dumped hundreds of hours into a lot of different games. Factorio isn't one of them. I usually just get bored by, like, the mid-game. The only thing that really drives me to go play more Factorio is if I have friends that I want to play Factorio with. Do I ever lose my voice? I played Katana Zero? No, I haven't. The only thing I remember Katana Zero because there was a point in time where I played Noida on stream. I hated Noida. Noida is honestly the worst game I've ever played. In the sense that it's the game I enjoyed the least that I was going into it expecting to actually enjoy. Like, I went into it like, oh, hey, people have said really good things about Noida. Looks good. I can't stand this game. I hate this. I refunded it after, like, an hour and a half, and then spent that money buying Risk of Rain 2 instead and played Risk of Rain 2. Which is a much better decision. But immediately after refunding Noida, I got Noida in my fucking Steam recommendations as, like, players like you like this game. Like, bitch, I just refunded this and left a very negative review. Why are you recommending this game to me? And alongside it was Spelunky and Katana Zero. That's why I remember Katana Zero. I don't know anything about it, except for that I was next to Spelunky and Noida right after I, like, refunded and left a negative review on Noida. Yet Noida just felt like it didn't respect the player, and I didn't like that. I haven't played Spelunky, no. It just felt like, my time, wasn't being respected. And it was basically just, like, repeatedly kicking you in the balls and then going, oh, hey, you like this, right? You want me to kick you in the balls more? Huh? And the answer is no. No, actually, I'd rather not be kicked in the balls. I could go play a game that won't do that. Or if it does kick me in the balls, it'll do it gently in a way that I want it to. And yeah, and then I left Noida a negative review because I felt like, I don't know, Noida was a whole thing. Yeah, like, it's not a matter of difficulty. Like, it's not because Noida was a hard game that I didn't like it. It was the way that that difficulty was presented. The complete absence of any information in the game regarding what was going on. While coupled with extremely punishing gameplay, that requires you to essentially sink a bunch of time into the game, die, due to some bullshit that you had no way of knowing, lose all of that time investment, and then essentially spend all that time again, which was just not something I wanted, or was having fun with. It doesn't feel like it feels like being forced to learn through trial and error, except learning through trial and error sets you back like half an hour, 40 minutes. You know, I compared it to a game like, Rain World, which does essentially force the player to learn through trial and error, but the difference is, when you get punished for you don't get punished for trial and error in Rain World very much. There aren't very many lasting consequences other than just losing karma. You get set back to the last shelter, at most you'll lose like 10 minutes of progress. It's a checkpoint. You don't lose all of your progress, and it's just the, I don't know, it's been a while since I played Norda, so I don't remember the thoughts that I had on it, like, super well, but I remember that being the general vibe. If you need to use a wiki to beat the game, you need to change something. I mean, I think there are games that can work fine as wiki games. Like, a certain type of game, that needs the wiki, I feel like can be fine. Like, no way in hell you would beat, like, release Minecraft without the wiki. I feel like. You have no way to know what the crafting recipes are, or how you would even get to the end. And I felt like most of the time in early Minecraft was just spent, like, looking up crafting recipes, looking up different information there. Can't really beat Minecraft, it has an ending. You go to the end. Yeah, no, I'm similar, see. Like, I don't think Minecraft requiring players to get that information from the wiki is that bad, but Minecraft also isn't very, heavily progression-based, so it's not, like, super problematic. I was using it as an example of a game that essentially requires wiki use to beat, but isn't inherently problematic on that basis. It was learned from each other back then because of how popular it was. Yeah, I mean, the biome's literally called The End. It's the ending. I feel like, Don't Starve Together isn't a wiki game, but it's a very different experience if you play it as a wiki game or not a wiki game. Personally, I've never played Don't Starve Together without the wiki or guidance because, I mean, I got Don't Starve Together to play with friends, and the friend I was playing with knew how to play the game. He knew crockpot recipes and how to set up bases and things. So there was never a point in time where, like, there was the learning how to do Don't Starve Together. And a lot of the times it would be like, what does my character do? I'll look at the wiki. I'll see the numbers on things or what kind of things I can make, the crafting recipes and whatnot. How we need to do things. And that's mostly just because learning them otherwise can be quite annoying. You find it wild how Don't Starve Together's multiplayer is wildly different than single player? I like Don't Starve Together multiplayer much more than single player. Don't Starve. Played Returnal? I have not. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. If I flood the bottom of this arena with honey, then I can make it taller vertically later whenever I feel like, because nothing will be able to spawn on the honey. And that'll do most of the arena building for me. I'll need to do a little bit later, but that'll be most of the job done. What about Cult of the Lamb? I haven't. Yes, he's early and mid-game are fun. Yeah, I agree, C. I usually around the turn of the year is about the point where I get bored of Don't Starve Together, just because by that point I feel like I've solved all of the problems. Because you essentially transition from solving problems of like not starving, finding materials, getting established and set up. And then once you solve those problems, it's basically just grind resources to fight bosses, because bosses are basically just giant resource hogs. Combat Don't Starve Together isn't fun. I mean, it... Yeah, there was a reason that for a long time, pretty much until I got, enough spools to get Wirt, which is the character I usually play in Don't Starve Together now, I pretty much always played Wendy, because Abigail would solve the problem of combat, and, Don't Starve Together's combat is kind of sucky, so, playing Abigail would just, or playing Wendy and having access to Abigail would just be like, okay, well now I don't need to do the worst part of the game, so I can focus on the parts of the game that I enjoy. And had a lot of fun with exploring, going into the caves, doing ocean stuff, things like that. But now I mostly play Wirt. I like Wirt a lot. Wolfgang looks fun. I don't really know what Wolfgang does after his rework. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna honey up this area. Am I annoyed by jungle enemies? Not particularly, especially not in free hard mode. Hard mode ones are a bit more annoying, but you know shit about Don't Starve, but it sounds fun. Yeah, it's a fun game. Is that water duping? Alright, I hope you're ready for duping honey for like 20 minutes. Yeah, I'll just need to do something exciting down here. I don't know. I don't really understand what's going on. Okay, it's in karaoke or something. I'll pass. Well, hold on. This is my gecko. She just woke up, so she's probably not very energetic right now. She's female. Kind of hard to, like... What do geckos eat? She eats, a powdered fruit mix. I buy mine from Pangea Reptile. Yeah, no. I could tell based on how she was looking at the ground that she was about to jump on the floor. Nah. Nah, we're not doing that. I mean, she eats a powdered fruit mix. She eats this. It's, watermelon-flavored, nutritious, complete diet for crested geckos and all fruit-eating gecko species. Made with natural fruits and proteins. She doesn't have one, see? Well, it's easy to handle her once she's tired, but once she wakes up a bit, I'm gonna go wash my hands before I pick my mic back up. Okay. Yo, Vampire Frog, you want to deal with this mother slime? He's licking her. Mood. I have 2 messages on Discord. Nothing important. Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Hold on. Found it. How much honey do you need? A little over a block. Block spawns. Or maybe it's like a block. I don't honestly remember. Yeah, honey disables enemy spawns. And fun fact, honey and lava both disable enemy spawns. Honey needs to be a little bit thicker to disable spawns. But, honey and lava do it in 2 different ways. Honey eats enemy spawns, whereas lava redirects enemy spawns. What that means is that if you have honey down, and an enemy tries to spawn on honey, the spawn will get eaten. It won't try to redirect to a different block, it just won't spawn. If there's lava, it'll redirect to a different block. Now, when you're trying to, like, farm enemies, and you want to disable them from spawning in a certain area, and you want them to spawn in one area, lava basically doesn't change spawn rates. But if you use honey, it will drastically reduce the spawn rates, because the spawns will get eaten. And I need to go to my grandparents for dinner later. I don't think we're going to be able to kill the wall of flesh today. We'll probably get a good way into the arena, but I need to be there at 6, which is in 2 hours, and it's like a 20-minute drive. I need to get changed and hop in my sister's car when she gets here, so I'll probably need to stop streaming in like an hour, and we're not going to build the wall of flesh arena and kill the wall of flesh in an hour. Limit how far a spawn can be shifted by lava? I don't know exactly how the mechanic works. It's just something that Dino Chess had told me. No, I'm not wearing this. One, it's cold outside. And this is not a very warm outfit. It is a thin pair of shorts. Like, this is not a very thick fabric. It is a not particularly thin socks. I mean, they're not thin by any means, but they're not, like, super snug. There's just exposed thigh here, and a thin crop top that does not have, like, this is a really thin fabric. This is not something I want to wear outside when it's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Your family know I'm a femboy? Oh, my sister does, who I live with. I don't know that song, Singularity. I lay down now because your spine is actively screaming in pain. Yeah, get up and stretch if you're sitting down. Don't, Oh, hold on. What's the timing on this one? Only 40? I live in the southern US. It doesn't get particularly cold in the winter. I used to live in New Hampshire. I mean, I'm no stranger to cold weather, but this is not something I would want to wear outside. You get sore after doing these streams? Oh, yeah. My legs are fairly sore from doing this all week. Big snowstorm in the US affecting me any? I haven't seen any snow, so I don't think so. If it's going to hit my area, it hasn't hit it yet. Alright. That's probably deep enough. We'll see. Mommy MILF Plantera? Traveling merchant, huh? I'll check it. And 5 Celsius is probably like, if I were to guess, probably like 10 or 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Not positive though. Oh, the traveling merchant's like on an island. No, we're not going to him. Okay, well, we'll know whether or not we did it right, because, either enemies will spawn to the right, or they won't. And I'm not seeing any enemies, so I think we did it right. Isn't the US the only country to use Fahrenheit? No. There are definitely other countries that use Fahrenheit. If other countries use it, that would be a question to ask a search engine of your choice. This is 6 countries? How do you need to count Celsius to Fahrenheit for me? It's like 5 9 plus 32. Yeah, we're pre-hard mode, pre-wall of flesh. I'm building a Plantera arena right now, so we don't have to in hard mode. Oh, 5 8s, not 5 9s. There's really no point in time you'd ever do the conversion by hand. Aside from, like, learning to do it. Point using Fahrenheit? I mean, it's a it is able to describe the ranges at which humans live with better detail using fewer significant digits than Celsius. The main purpose of Fahrenheit is describing the temperature of habitation for humans, and it's basically, if you consider Celsius to be the scale of measuring the temperature of, like, water from 0 to 100, for human habitation, you can consider 0 to 100 to contain a lot of information for Fahrenheit, giving a lot of different meanings depending on where in that scale of 0 to 100 you are. Yeah, Celsius is good for science, but most people don't need to do science on their standard everyday life, and Fahrenheit is good for describing the temperatures that humans live at. In order to get the same degree of accuracy as Celsius, Celsius would need to use more significant digits. You'd need to use decimals, whereas Fahrenheit would describe that in 2 digits, which is also easier to tell people and understand. So I think as far as describing human habitation, it's a pretty reasonable temperature system. It's just when you get to scientific measurements or things like that it gets pretty messy. What happened? The spawn rates just got, like, cranked up a lot. I wonder if that honey over there isn't as deep as I thought. Disagree with it being easier. I don't think more people... Humans can't even feel a degree of temperature change. Zero is melting temperature and 100 being boiling. Like I said, the purpose of Fahrenheit is for describing the range of temperature that humans live at, not the range of temperature at which water boils. I never said Celsius was bad. I never said you should use Fahrenheit in chemistry or physics. I just said that I think it's pretty reasonable to use to describe the range of temperature that humans live at, and that it's able to describe temperatures more accurately using fewer significant digits because it's a different scale. I don't think it's, like 100. Yeah, I mean, 0 to 100 is like, okay, humans live in this range. You get above 100 and it's oppressively hot, above 110, and you're like, okay, you are dying. And cold temperatures are weird because humans can warm them up and warm themselves up, but or inches versus centimeters and meters. I mean, the inch and the foot are not quite as streamlined, but they're comprehensible. And it's a system of measurement that people are able to understand, so The most important thing when it comes to measurements is just that you and other people that you're talking to understand what it means. And if you can describe it in a way that the people that need to know the information understand, I don't think there's anything wrong with using inches or centimeters or meters. Fahrenheit wasn't even defined with human temperature in mind. Neither were Hoiks. They were not an intentional feature in Terraria, but that doesn't mean that it's not something that could be considered. The yard to mile conversion is really... Nobody uses yards to miles. Nobody uses yards outside of football. What is a yard? 3 feet. No, a meter is 3 feet 3 inches. 3.3 feet. I forget which. You know who? Yeah, because nobody uses yards. And you're 2 yards tall, makes you seem taller than 1.8 meters. Yeah, it also makes you seem incredibly pretentious. And I usually just use, a meter is slightly over 3 feet, and then just go from there roughly. I don't need to do conversions very often. One mile equals 600 meters. I just think people who get overly critical of measurement systems are just looking for a reason to be negative or critical, because it really doesn't matter. And I think it's kind of a silly argument from the get-go. It feels like... I don't know how to describe it other than a Reddit conversation. Because it doesn't impact the quality of life of the people using them that much. It's at most a mild inconvenience. More about optimization. I can think of a lot more things to be concerned about in terms of optimization than systems of measurement. These don't describe you as Redditors? That's the vibe you give off, not gonna lie. You're pissed off at measurement systems because it constantly affects you. You have to convert between imperial and metric, and you have to deal with silly imperial screws. Get good. I don't know. Yes, but I get the distinct impression that most people making these conversations are not people that frequently have to use these systems of measurement for conversions. They're like teenagers on Reddit. Conversion between imperial and metric has caused an actual mouse satellite to crash. I think the technical term for that is a skill issue. I mean, I'm not in an engineering field, so I can't comment on that. It just tends to be an annoying conversation because it's usually people being giving off the vibe of either supremacy or overly critical remarks that they've already made up their mind on, and are essentially just using it as an excuse to go, hey, you suck. Which is just kind of like, why are we having this conversation? We can talk about, like, literally anything else. I think that the UK and US are slightly different definitions of a mile. I mean, science is standardized. False equivalents to argue that kanji is better because it conveys more meaning with less characters. That's a whole other can of worms. That's separate, it isn't. Fair enough. You're straight, yet you can't run in a straight line. I think I could go in a mostly straight line. I mean, whether or not efficiency of space is better is in itself something that needs to be considered. You can say that kanji is a more, or any pictographic language like that, is a more efficient use of space, and that's true. Whether or not a more efficient use of space is better in a written language is not something that has a definitive answer. You could argue that it is, but you could also argue that the requirement of understanding the meaning of the characters beforehand and the lack of flexibility with an alphabet, instead having a bunch of defined examples rather than a bunch of characters that can be combined in different ways, or the lack of phonetic pronounceability, given that those characters don't have intrinsic pronunciation tied to them. And sure, something like English isn't an entirely phonetic alphabet, but you can still roughly predict how words would be pronounced based on their spelling. How many people spend on their Spotify this year? I don't go on Spotify. I think that's just called being drunk, Winter Owl. FMO, why is there a tangent about kanji? We were discussing whether or not you could call kanji a better alphabet because it conveys information in a more compact way. And I was talking about how that would require... Coming to the conclusion that it is better would require coming to the conclusion that more compact usage of space makes a language better irrespective of other conditions, which I was saying is not true. And that the additional startup requirement of knowing the meaning of all the characters beforehand and the lack of inherent pronunciation with the character would make it not an open and shut case for being a better system of writing. You're straight as the purple rulers everyone had back in school that were cool because they make loop-de-loops. With diversity words communicates they're good at different things. Yeah. Well, that and they just evolved, or didn't evolve. Evolution's not the right word. They came into existence separately, and they have different cultural traditions alongside them, and being heavily ingrained. Hell, I don't think you can call kanji a better system of writing than others, because bear in mind, Japanese has 4 fucking alphabets. Kanji, katakana, hiragana, and effectively Romaji, which a lot of things are written in. Which is just the English version of katakana or hiragana. I think by virtue of the supporting systems required to make that work, you could not call kanji a better system of writing. I do need a little bit thicker on the right side. Yeah, a little bit thicker. Much left on the honey? I don't honestly remember how deep it needs to be exactly. It's somewhere between 1 and 2 blocks. And the other consideration with kanji is that it is a more compact use of space, but it's not necessarily a more compact in terms of writing. How long it takes, because some kanji gets very complicated and can take a while to write, whereas other alphabets have pretty bare bones systems. And a fluent writer could write them fairly quickly, but whether or not that's faster than a fluent person in another language writing in their alphabet is a different question. Learning kanji makes you cry? Yeah, it was not a fun part of Japanese. What are we doing? Putting honey on the bottom of Plantera Arena to shut off spawns in Hardmode. Like, that's definitely deep enough. I'm getting tired. How exactly does dancepad function with Terraria here? I have a software that converts dancepad inputs into Terraria, or into keyboard inputs, which makes, okay. Let's sit here and see if anything spawns. If nothing spawns, then we made it deep enough. If something does spawn, then we didn't. Although some stuff could spawn above me, but as long as nothing spawns horizontally. I don't see anything. So we're good. Let's see what the traveling merchant has. DPS meter, cement mixer. I don't think any of that's worth it. Got something in your eye. What does that mean? What does gyat mean? I've seen a couple people say that. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Some Kaisino thing? What is that? Is it pink? Is what pink? This? This is purple. It's a big Twitch streamer. Never heard of him. Gyat is Gen Z slang for ass, but it's used to make puns as well. I'm Gen Z. I've never heard of this shit. I don't. Is this Gen Z slang, or is this just like a teenager slang? Gen Alpha even? Yeah, I feel like we're probably to that point, because like I'm Gen Z. I'm an adult. Gen Z is not the like children anymore. Gyat, short for Gyat damn. Middle schooler? Yeah, that's like Gen Alpha. Don't mix me in with that shit. Yeah, I've never heard of this Kai CNAC guy or whatever. Okay. An older version of Gen Z. I guess. I don't know when the cutoff is exactly. It's Gen Alpha trying to talk like black people and failing. Yeah, no. Every generation has dumb shit they say as teenagers, but 1997 to 2012. Well, it's weird because when you get to the edges of any generation, you have the people who have the weird overlap of both of them. Like my sister. Let's just change the topic, Slime King. My oldest sister was born in 95. She's a younger millennial. And is a much different millennial than an older millennial. Or like I am an older Gen Z, but that I'm like on the border of being a millennial. And so there's overlap of experiences. Someone born in 2010 would not have lived through like, lived and grown up in like the, mid 2000s, early internet, things, or a lot of like the goth and alternative rock stuff that was like late 90s to early and mid 2000s, early social media and internet stuff like that. Fucking Rage comics. I had to get up here. Get new metal. I was never really into metal. I don't. Yeah, generation borders are socially based rather than based on actual age. MCR was still my top artist this year. Yeah, my sister, I had gone through my sister's old music playlist from like the mid 2000s. Oh no, please don't bring up Frosted Tips TMNWG. Please no. And like going through it, it was like 50% just like the cringiest shit, and then 50% like, oh yeah, I still listen to this song. Yeah, hold on. We're driving the car to go to like Cookout and get some food. Put on Bass Hunter. It's also weird because me having a sibling who was a bit older, like a lot of my preferences and tastes, especially being, you know, a small community, you know, socially awkward kid, would have just been based on like whatever my sister likes or listens to. And like she's a millennial, so the things that I would have listened to would have been, you know, influenced by that a lot. No, I don't plan to make an elevator. I might make a spot to go underground quickly. But I don't plan to make an elevator. Gen Alpha can talk now, and that's scary. Yeah, like my younger siblings are Gen Alpha. They were born in like 2012, I guess. There's that old versus new music Simpsons meme? I don't think so. I mean, what is the meme? Oh, do you mean just they changed what it was? Is it just one of those? Or the thing where Homer is in like the record shop and they're talking about like the music that he listened to growing up being classics? I was talking about that with my sister the other day, where like strictly speaking, yes, gay gamer. The music that, if you're older, the music that you listen to growing up, is classic music at this point. It's, you know, decades old, and the music that you listen to growing up as classics are probably just what your parents listened to growing up. Like, if you were raised in, like, the, you know, 90s or 2000s, and the songs that you listened to were, like, hits from the 70s and 80s that your parents listened to, that's equivalent to now, music from, like, the 90s or 2000s. Like, and this might sound very strange. A song like Lose Yourself at this point is similar to how rap from like the 80s would have been viewed at the time Lose Yourself was made. So listen to music when your parents were in college or young. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people's music preferences are determined when they are young, and growing up, and the music that they listen to then is usually the music that they listen to for the rest of their life, either genre or sometimes just the actual songs themselves. Your parents played a lot of EDM, techno, and hardcore when you were young, and now you listen to weird tech music, so you say that tracks. Now, but with strength among children now, wouldn't say so diversifying from there. Oh, streaming. I'm gonna have another mining potion. In your opinion, social media streaming changed social relationships much more than music tastes? Yeah, it is a very interesting impact that hasn't even been fully realized, on development and socialization in, children. Damn, I don't have any grav potions. Shit. Well, that even, and just like, not even parasocial relationships, but just online relationships and networking online. Like, I don't have any friends that I see IRL, really. Not since college, because, well, after college, all of my friends moved to different places around the country, and we still hang out all the time, but it's in Discord calls or playing video games together, which is a very different experience from, you know, seeing them in person. It definitely has different impacts on mental health. Like with the effect of the digital age on kids because you were raised on the internet. Yeah, I mean, depending on where you were, and how much access you had, Gen Z likely didn't know a point in time before the internet. Millennials are on the border where they, when they were very young, they probably didn't have the internet, but it's been such a long time. Like, I've had the internet since I can remember, but I didn't have, like, functional internet. It would be, like, a really slow, shitty family PC that you could look things up on, but I wasn't really allowed to go on it that much. And online gaming wasn't until, like, I was, like, 8 or 9 years old and we got a 360. But even then, that's still much more than people who are older who wouldn't have gotten those things until they were, like, in middle school, college, fully fledged adults. Your dad's first computer that was revolutionary because he could make a chess move in a day. Yeah, I have my dad's old, I mean, just behind me right now. It's, This is the old, like, AD&D player's handbook that my dad used back in, like, the 80s. And it is, like, beat up to hell. Pages are falling out. Apparently there's a character sheet in here. Strength 17, Dex 16, Constitution 15, Wisdom 10, Wisdom 6, Charisma... Or Intelligence 10, Wisdom 6, Charisma 12. Third level, 25 HP. Thaco 17. Proficiencies in animal lore, blades, quarterstaff, blowgun, swimming, tracking, and direction sense. Paralysis, poison, death, and ROD. Save is 13. Staff, wand, petrification, polymorph is 14. Breath weapon is 16, and spell is 16. And they got a ring of fire resistance, longsword, studded leather, blowgun, barbed dart case, 24 darts, a water skin, a flint and steel, silk rope, grappling hook, 5 torches, backpack, and 2 small sacks. Oh, and then you got the thief elf, Mirathil, Thaco 19. I can't even read half these tables. They're proficient in fast talking. Okay, I can't read this shit. I don't know whose handwriting this is. Sir Robert, first son of Robert, I think is what it says. Proficient spellcraft, ancient language. Put this somewhere. What was I reading? The old, like, AD&D play. I mean, that book is from. Look at the copyright page. Uh, 1989. This is the second edition AD&D Player's Handbook. That makes it what? 30... 23... 34 years old? Almost 35, because I think it was January of that year. Yeah, next stream should be next week. I don't plan to stream this weekend. Yeah, it's also weird because, like, my sister, who's an older, a younger millennial, like I said, has a lot more in common with me than, like, older millennials in her generation at work. Just in terms of, like, trying to explain to people why sending a skull emoji and then blocking her ex after he kept messaging her for, like, a year after they broke up, and ended with some cringy thing on what would have been their anniversary, was funny. Like, only people that were my age or younger understood that. Others didn't get it? No. Well, because the thing is, millennials aren't, like... Millennials are old. Let's create the skull emoji with the insanity thing from Darkest Dungeon. The debuff that gives you horror. Is that it? A skull emoji is a little redundant. Well, it's just a very expressive way of describing your emotions. The one that laudanum cures. Which, by the way, when I was playing Darkest Dungeon, I kept taking laudanum on so many expeditions because I thought there would be some use for it, like you put it with some item to get some result. And there just never was. No, it's not like dying of laughter. It's like, it's basically the emoji version of saying, like, I'm dead inside. And it's usually like when something is incredibly like cringy or embarrassing. And it's like, yikes, that's cringe as fuck, dog. No, we're not post-cringe. What are you looking at? A planetary arena. In progress, at least. I want to drain this water out. Is that a dance pad? Yeah. No, we're not a Plantera. I'm just building a Plantera arena. We're in free hard mode. Sit up. Yeah, no, we're pre-Wall of Flesh. We'll probably fight the Wall of Flesh next stream. I want to get this Plantera done. At least to a reasonable level. There's water up here I need to drain. Risk of Rain 2? Yes. We were just talking about it earlier. Yeah, it's not easier, it's less dangerous. Is the distinction I would make, Mr. Cabello. Like, it takes longer because our mining speed is slower, but I don't have the Risk of Rain 2 DLC, so I don't know what you're talking about. You wanna go up there, Vampire Frogs? Jeez. I can't even hit it. Damn it. Take a second here. I have more messages on Discord. Sure, they're not important. This arena's mostly done. I had a grav potion to be able to... finish the ceiling. I'll just get as much as I can done here. I don't even think I made a Plantera arena when I fought her in Classic in the dancepad. I need to fill this back up because I need to drain this water. Alright, hold on. Let me just grab the Vampire Frog Staff. And re-summon it up here. Could you not? Okay. That should kill the spike jungle slimes. Okay. Oh, I'm out of pumpkins. Not why. Now I'll just go vertically down a couple times. And we'll be roughly done. I can finish off the rest in Hardmode once I get a grav potion or wings. It's a bit short, so maybe I'll expand on it later too, but the bulk of it will be done. That's the important part. And it'll be a pretty safe place to be. Oh, my right leg is pretty sore. After just standing on it all day. Fuck. I don't need to redo this shit. Damn you, smart cursor. And accidentally pressing the attack button. Hi. Did you like duplicating honey? I got good news for you. Smart cursor, stop being a pain. No, we don't need to. Oh, thank you, King Mystery. At least I contained it before we lost, like, a huge amount of honey. But this will take a sec. The whole reason for doing this is because I'm confident enough that we will get to Plantera, and so I'd rather solve this problem now when it's easier than later, when it's more likely we die. It would be a bit disappointing if we, you know, died before getting there, but... I think once I finish putting in this honey, I'm gonna end the stream. You haven't beaten the Wall of Flesh on PC yet? You have on Xbox? Nice. Hell yeah, I'm getting shot. Stop shooting me. Would you like to stop shooting me? Yeah, go kill him. I want to pull out my Night's Edge. It's too much work. I spent 5 hours lava fishing for dry bombs for honey bombs. I could. We'd have to mine Hellstone first. To upgrade a Hellstone bug nut. Lava fruit bug nut? Lava fruit bug nut. I'll probably have to stop the stream in 8 minutes. So I have time to get changed. Hopefully, next stream will be in hard mode. this deep enough? What am I doing? I accidentally broke the floor and drained out some honey. Everyone watching the Barbie movie? No. I don't really watch movies very much. I don't go see movies in theaters because I don't like loud noises. And movie theaters are always really loud. And I didn't care enough to watch it after it. Also, movie theaters are expensive. Between the ticket itself and the, Itsy Barbie, though, it was fun. I would not have a fun time being in a movie theater. The last movie I saw in theaters was Captain America Civil War in like 2016 or whatever that was. It's my favorite movie. I don't know, I'm bad at picking favorites. I also just don't watch a lot of movies. I mean, it's hard because I feel like for something to be a favorite movie, it should be something that has had like a notable impact on me or is like particularly noteworthy. Whereas if I were to give you a favorite movie, it would just be, yeah, I kind of like this movie. It was entertaining to watch. So I feel like saying something is a favorite movie carries with it the implication of like, oh, this is really meaningful or important, and like it's not. It would just be like, yeah, I don't know, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a funny movie. I enjoyed it. I think I got asked a question in college during some like icebreaker thing, like what's your favorite movie? And I think I just said that. I don't know. How often do you watch animations? What do you mean by that? Like animated movies, animated shows, animations online on like YouTube, but I don't have a schedule. It's not like I allocate an amount of time to watch animations. I mean, you had to go out in the summer to go over these clothes. What'll it give me if I do? What's the... Something called Shoot 'em Up, where a dude's protecting a baby and there's 100 shootouts with like Rube Goldberg setups where he kills the dude chasing him. I think the animated thing online would make the most sense. I mean, I don't go out of my way to, but I'll watch them sometimes. I mean, most recent thing I think I've watched was, there's a YouTuber, Vivo Riveri. They make some animations of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but very fast. I had been talking about that with some friends a couple weeks ago and watched those. Because the characters we were playing in a role-playing game that was set in the modern setting were all like Die Hard Part 1 JoJo's fans. And that had come up in conversation. In animators, they always ask. Station of Epitaph. I very much so enjoy. They made the Giorno Explains King Crimson video. That's a great video. I love that video. Especially because it's actually, like, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but very fast, are just recapping the story of JoJo's in an entertaining way, whereas the Giorno Explains King Crimson is actually, like, new / interesting things or angles that hadn't been considered. I hadn't considered before. Which I think makes it a lot more interesting. Okay, that's gonna be it for the day. I gotta go get dressed. I mean, I don't mind going out in the summer like this. I just need to be in the right environment. I mean, I live in a subtropical climate. Plenty of beaches nearby. Weather's fine for something like this. Yeah. next week, next Monday probably, we'll be continuing this. And with any luck, we'll be getting to Hardmode. But yeah, bye everyone.